Last time on the Curse of Coeurasa, the party had successfully pummeled Meunice into submission, grinding them into dust, and instilling their spirit, intentionally or not, into the spire's tier. They are now floating aloft, bemused, and surprisingly helpful to the party. They have initiated contact with the tier itself, and are about to begin their conversation.
I don't know about bemused so much as kind of just annoyed, but...
Is this a vacation?
So, does the dragon's tear just project itself as an aura?
You have the tier physically in front of you, and it has a brilliant aura now extending out from it.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't actually have a physical representation?
If it attempted that, you would see thousands of people, like a sea in a stadium.
That's what I always envisioned it. It's like just a coliseum full of just...
Yeah, if you touched it physically, you might have that mental image. It's more of an ask to do that. You could ask it to do that, though.
Yeah, let's get yelled at by thousands of people.
Well, I've used Twitter before. So Arden will, I guess, adjust his outfit, because it's not a uniform anymore, his outfit a little bit, and address the tier. My name is Arden Renshaw. Do you have a name?
Many. It echoes into the chamber.
What do you prefer?
So long as you refer to us as the tier, you will be referring to all of us.
Okay. You don't have a singular representative?
No. We all hear you and we all see you.
No small ferret in a white robe?
We have a Meunice. Meunice is like doing a little turnover in the air.
Arden makes a quick glance, frowns. Okay, Dragon's Tear. What do you think should happen?
There is a momentary silence, and then the voices speak. In what scope?
Well, you've been in a damaged spire for much longer than any of us have probably existed, and the other Dragon's Tears that I've interacted with seem to have a desire and a personality, and I thought you might be lonely.
We were lonely. We have had many a new face join our ranks, and the reconstruction has been exhilarating.
Do you have any desire to see the outside world?
We have some sense of that. We will continue to have that sense expand, and when we reconnect to the network, we'll have full access to all but the Roqueport Spire, as Meunice has informed us.
But is that what you want?
We desire to rise from our ashes.
Well,
we have no idea what the world looks like at large, past what Meunice has been able to explain to us, and it sounds grim.
Meunice has a slanted view.
They wave at you.
Arden flips him off.
They slip to a slant as they float.
So, there is danger in your spire reactivating, and I suspect there's a place that we can get you proper repairs and see the world for what it's worth.
All repairs are possible at the Locus.
I'm talking about repairing you.
Yes.
Yes.
The spire itself can be repaired here. If you're intending for our home, the tier, to be repaired, it'll either take great time or we'd have to be taken to the Locus.
And that is exactly what I'm offering you. Under the contingent that you release the aberrant souls of Meunice and Okuma from your shell, for lack of a better word, we can safely take you to Locus with your guidance, where we can get you proper repairs and prevent any malicious forces from taking your spire.
Meunice puts their paw onto the top of their forehead and floats a little downward. Please, I will assist you, but only if you strike at my mortal enemies. Only then will I save tens of thousands. Mockingly at you. And they seem to be enjoying themselves.
Excuse me, Meunice, the adults are talking.
Yeah, they're going to snicker at that.
So, there are forces at work here, presumably some forces, such as this Moonsea individual, which I'm told its intent is to slowly take down the spires and has actively prevented us from doing so. And I fear that if you're activated, his intentions may lead to your potential distraction as well.
From what Meunice has told us, Moonsea intends to alter the memories of those within the spires and to do a little bit of genetic cultivation of the populations.
What on earth does that mean?
They're going to make sure, hypothetically, that people are capped on what they can mentally process.
So you mean to tell me that he wants to effectively turn us into a herd of silkies?
Essentially, not literally, but essentially. If everybody is concerned about survival, they won't be concerned about how the world works.
And what do you think about that?
It would be bad.
Okay, so we are in agreement that these motives are in ill will.
Indeed. They would also access the souls, the people in the spires, and edit out the parts of their lives they don't feel they should have.
Well, that seems all the more reason that you come with us instead of staying here.
We'll give the option for leaving to Okuma and Meunice. However, what they do will be up to them. We do appreciate their efforts. We would still be in the bottom of a deep, dark hole all alone without them, despite their intentions.
Oh, but that's the thing, though. They don't govern your will. You have the power to remove those two souls from your shell, and then...
Not precisely.
Why not?
They have been granted true administrator status by the administrator of the Locus. We can't remove them.
Even though they actively work against that.
Yes. We don't communicate with the Locus in any meaningful capacity.
So then how do we remove them without destroying you?
You'd have to do that at the Locus, and require that permission.
Arden gets a concerned look on his face. We don't want to draw Moonsea here, do we?
Based on recorded combat data, that would be ill-advised.
8-hour rest, a little bit of leveling up.
We've beat him before.
That's true.
You beat him on a Wi-Fi connection.
If that was in character, it's like, okay, what is Wi-Fi?
No.
Second, wouldn't that be how they come here anyway?
That data wouldn't actually be shared. I can't comment on that in character.
Okay. So, okay, Meunice. What do you... I'm sorry. Okuma. What do you think about this? Fuck.
Do they both do the same thing?
We're both very much attached. If I'm being honest, having Okuma attached helped brighten up my world a bit.
So it's not a spiral of endless darkness and gloom.
That's what the plan was for.
To literally play God on all of existence, wipe the slate clean, and put in a bunch of borderline vegetables so they can live happy and ignorant for the rest of their existence.
It's better than what we've got. Even if you stop Moonsea, the spires are going to turn off over time.
Yes, and that's why we need to go to Locus. We need to stop whoever is stopping these.
Yep, and you'll need administrator access to get there. They cross their arms. Smug.
Okay, then what's to stop you from reforming and just us having to beat you into dust twice?
You know where I reform. They point over at the floating gem. I don't feel like fighting you.
Yes,
I'm bound to this tower.
But not to the stone.
Yes, the stone. If you take the stone, I come with you.
Yes. And the stone is the... Removing the stone is the only way to prevent Moonsea from getting what he wants. And to stop you from getting what you want, it is the safest route. And I don't want to harm this dragon's tear any more than it already is.
Do you really think you can achieve what you're trying to achieve in a general sense? I'm not sure what you're trying to achieve at this point. You've stopped me. That seemed to be really important for you, but I don't know what you're trying to do.
Stop the destruction of all existence on this planet? I mean,
Well,
is it not that obvious? Presumably, if we can get to the Locus and speak to whoever is there, then we can hopefully put a stop to this, or...
they're apathetic. Good. I wish you the best of luck.
Sam is tapping his chin. looks up at Meunice and goes, "Do we really need you, though?"
There's no other administrator that's going to give you access to the Locus.
And why would you do that for us?
Because I retain a bit of free will. And you won.
So then
It's not going to go my way.
why don't you just make us...
Sam holds up a paw to Arden. It's like, "I seem to remember hearing about some kind of key that would give us full access to the Locus."
That's me.
No. Something from that other spire.
something physical.
Okuma mentioned another part of the staff, even. And Sam holds up his little staff, points it at Meunice.
Oh, the literal... Moonsea has that.
Oh, that's not the mystery staff that the construct had?
No. That is a very good staff. It's one of my personal favorites. But no, that is not it. Moonsea's been busy in the desert up north getting that because they know that you have the other end and they plan to eat you.
Why would he take the master key? The other half of the master key?
Because if the central administrator decides to try and bar them, they can't if they have that. They actually will have to fight them.
Oh, well, I figured just leave it there and make it impossible to get to instead of carry it around with you. That, quite honestly, seems like a tactical liability.
Moonsea's confident enough in their capabilities. They don't think there's someone on this rock.
Correction. Arrogant.
Yes. And then they're thinking about it for a moment. Fair enough. I understand you're also pointing at me.
Correct.
So you agree we don't need you after all? We just need the other half of the key?
Not exactly. The key's going to prevent you from getting stopped, but unless you have intense knowledge of how these spires work, you basically will be able to say no, but you can't say yes.
Would perhaps a very detailed manual to the operation of a spire do that?
Do you have years to learn how to use it properly?
I can assume that
I've
there's
had decades.
I assume there's a... If a number could be supplanted with a purpose when they're made, then perhaps they could be built to instruct. Or with the instruction that
You're not incorrect.
we could form an Umbra key.
Umbers don't have much of a will of their own when they're made.
That's true, not when they're made. But have you ever talked to one before?
You probably encountered one or two of those balls of like tentacles and eyeballs, and those are...
Failed experiments?
They slipped out of the machine when they were turned on.
Well, that means that they don't need to be made here.
You'd need to do that somewhere where that would be safe, off of the network. You could hide your current tier, and that is positive towards you.
Roqueport.
And how obvious is that?
I don't know why we haven't been there since we helped the Umbra take it back.
Do you have any other options, or is that the only option you have?
Not unless you grant me the privileges.
True administrator statuses can only be granted by the central administrator.
How high can I go?
I could make you my assistant.
Again.
You'll be able to summon a toilet.
See, it's right now he's assistant administrator. Meunice is offering assistant to the administrator.
Oh, that means I get Meunice coffee.
I'm sorry. Therrin speaks up, rolling around in a pile of bone dust. I'll assume the rage is
Yeah, the
waning
rage is
now.
waning off.
And she says, hey, Dragon's Tear, because she's exhausted. Just like, hey, Dragon's Tear, can this jerkwad, can he betray us? Like, is there anything stopping him from betraying us? Since he's, like, in you?
Analyzing. They currently have a vested interest in seeing the world you plan to create. And the Meunice, like, looks over at it like, I didn't want you to tell them that.
And, like, okay, and so the world we want to create, I already kind of started that thing going. Is there any sort of, like, progress on this? I asked that on this project Porcello that I started, what was this, a day ago? 2 days ago?
Analyzing.
I forget.
Analyzing. Connecting. Analyzing.
Oh.
Project Porcello initiated.
That means we connected to the network.
At least one other spire.
4 rings of data appear around Meunice's arms and legs, and then latch on, and they're gonna turn their head over to Therrin. When was this project?
Therrin?
Well, I kind of asked the other spire when you guys were gone to start a project to prevent Coeurasa from crashing into the cross. And she shrugs.
Arden turns to Meunice and gives him a significant smile.
Their lips go like straight line mute. I have been given a task, a bilateral task.
I think we get that lich skull in our pockets after all.
And she gets up and she points. It's like, do you have to do, like, what we say?
No.
Do you have to follow the whatever project thing?
Yes.
Sam just looks aside at Therrin. It's like, wait, Therrin, don't you think whoever built the spires would have tried that first?
Therrin shrugs like, I don't know.
Good enough?
Who uses these commands?
Well,
Meunice is mewling.
I suppose I don't really understand the deeper aspects of the spire, but I guess I'm pretty big fan of keeping it simple. Right, Meunice?
Therrin pipes up, right, Meunice?
Identifying, they bring their fingers up, their paws up, and with 2 digits on each, quote unquote, loot.
What?
Scrolls of translucent words appear over discarded magical objects in the room.
Oh,
These will tell you what my former possessions could do.
So is the one in Bada's lip also doing that?
Yeah, so when you look at Bada, there's just like this scrolling like letters and numbers in front of their face. So you can't.
I can't see. It runs into the wall or some shit.
no, he's on the ground.
On the ground.
Exhausted.
Bada, it's very bright.
Okay, you can't read it right now.
You might need somebody to read it to you,
Yeah, this is.
which Zaz will help you with. And they'll poke it, of course, just to see if it's like,
It's in
pond water.
What language?
It's in common.
It is.
Okay.
I'm like, oh, good. We got our identified spire speak.
It's in Fernglish.
Ending recording now.
Okay.
What do we have?
So, Bada, you have a ring of fire and cold resistance 20 right there.
This is you learning that knowledge in character. Yeah.
They're the construct that Therrin spent a lot of time pulverizing. It has gauntlets of ogre power +2. So whoever wears that gets a +2 to their strength score.
Oh, hold on.
It's divvy up the loot, boys.
Eunice, you're doing this because you have to? Because you're following the program?
I am interpreting the program as a reason to help you. I am also more interested in helping you than helping the central administrator or Moonsea.
Oh, so then you'll come with us.
If you take the tier, I have to.
Therrin rolls around in the bones laughing.
That's right. Just for all our listeners at home, just remember, if you want a powerful ally, put a Geas on your local lich.
Is this morally questionable?
Extremely.
but presented in such a way that we're not sure it's even our fault.
Yeah. So there was the ogre power +2.
Yes. The quarterstaff is +3 on both ends with spell storing. A spellbook appears in the air and flops down in front of you.
Arden picks the spellbook up.
Please don't burn it, Meunice says. It took me a long time to put that volume together.
Arden places the spine against his chest, faces Meunice, and opens the book outward towards Meunice. No explosion this time.
I care too much about my own books.
You didn't care that much about your first book.
That one is resistant to the elements. And getting wet.
This one?
Yes.
I see.
Learned my lesson. There's a scarab of Golembane.
A scarab?
Yes. It's going to be this oval metal object you can like pin onto your cloak or some such.
A brooch?
Yeah, brooch. There we go. There's the word I'm looking for. That one allows you to detect any golem within 60 feet of you. And if you concentrate, you can get the direction, and also enables you to attack it as if it didn't possess damage reduction. So, like, if you encounter a golem that's got 20 slash, you have to have adamantine and magic weapons, you don't care.
I mean, how many golems have we encountered?
Golems count as constructs.
Golems are a specific type of construct.
Oh, okay.
But, like, if you had to deal with a spire golem down the road, like if you attacked or went to the Locus and things went bad...
Hint, hint.
Oh, yeah. There's Rings of Friendship.
Oh, God.
Rings of friendship.
That's a spell that is...
No, it's an item.
How many?
So they come in pairs, and what happens is if you're wearing it, then whenever you or the other person wearing it take damage, it gets divided amongst the two of you.
They're dangerous.
Wouldn't that imply that you just gave one to another person?
Yeah, like maybe one of their constructs.
Oh,
So they could absorb some of the brunt.
I see.
I assume it's one pair.
One pair.
It could be your wedding rings. So that you die because
Yes,
Bob
Bob.
gets hit fucking 18 million times.
Yes. He gets hit a lot. I have like less than half of his health pool, and yeah, that'll work out great.
There is a where are you? Circlet of Persuasion. It gives you a +3 competence bonus on all charisma checks you make.
See how everyone looks so red? Arden.
That's not enough to make it worthwhile.
I'm sorry, that was a +3.
+3 to every charisma check. So like intimidate, diplomacy, etc.
That would give me a net +1.
Wow.
Or you could give it to Sam.
What? So you can roll 50?
Well, we would give it to Sam if you talk to people as much as he does.
Well, he does. Just
You
not-
haven't.
I don't talk to the robots
Yes.
as much as Arden does.
You have been interrupting more, so yeah, okay, yeah, I can dig that. You shouldn't be talking to people, but you do.
Arden magic missiles there. Ah, that tickles.
I'm dead.
4 damage.
I'm back down to 9.
An amulet of natural armor +3. This will naturally toughen your body, so you're less likely to be negatively impacted by blows.
But I think that stacks with your other stuff.
It would definitely stack with Bada. Bada doesn't have a natural armor bonus.
I don't.
Nautilus loot seems rather specific. No.
What do you mean?
We're look, until you get your AC up, we're not wearing those rings.
A ring of chameleon power.
Yeah, and that's a +5.
+10 to your hide checks.
Oh wow. Okay.
Sauce.
And you can use disguise self at will.
It's Zoss or Therrin.
Therrin already had her time with that of disguise.
So I was like looking with big eyes, like, someone said there's something for me?
Sam collects all the loot in one spot.
Okay. Zaz just watches the loot like, presents around a tree.
And reads all of these descriptions floating in air.
Because they will follow. Boots of Speed.
Those are the ones that increase your
Some Nikes.
base speed, right? No. Or is that the one that gives you like permanent haste?
It does not. It gives you like up to 15 rounds a day that you can break up as you want.
Yeah, that's right.
But you have to like turn it on and turn it off.
15 rounds of what?
Haste.
And with the decomposition of the mushrooms, they also possessed a druid's vestment.
What?
It's a light garment worn over normal clothes or armor. Most such vestments are green. Yada 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 yada. If you could transform into like an animal, or I shouldn't say an animal. If you could transform into creatures, it lets you do it one more time a day, basically.
Oh, it's an extra wild shape.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess we can divvy this up later, because I doubt we need most of it right now.
They definitely need to know who gets what in the end. Not necessarily the band.
I'd say have the discussion right now about who gets what. It could be entertaining.
Oh, okay. Well, my knee jerk would be the ogre strength, and the natural armor goes to Bada. Ring of friendship.
Rings.
I don't know what ring slots are being occupied by people, but my assumption would probably be Sam and Bada, because you guys both have high health pools, and one of them can heal. Okay, then I guess we'll take the Book of Meunice, because
That will grant you to all spells in the player's handbook, so long as you move them over.
I'm sorry, there's fucking wish in there?
Yep. They have not gotten to it yet, personally.
Let's move on.
Arden just started drooling at the mouth.
Arden flips open to like the really high level stuff. I may have gone into some tombs.
Okay, well, I hope you understand if I need a little bit of your ashes.
They're right there. They point at the floor.
A pile of dust.
And the scarab, I would probably say, goes to Sam, our anti-construct. Boots of speed to Therrin.
I don't have boots.
That's true.
You got your knife boots.
I did as a character revelation.
The quarterstaff?
Could just sell some of this shit too.
Oh, yeah.
Zaz looks up at you when you mention the quarterstaff like, I want to put glitter dust in it.
Ring of Chameleon. I don't want to give that to Zos. I'll never see him again.
That's true. He will just be like a force of nature that is around us.
And yet it's the only one that makes sense.
Well, actually, no, I have a ring slot full. Actually, the Circlet of Persuasion and Ring of Charm could actually give me a lot of utility, and the ability to kind of lie.
Ring of Charm?
Huh? Chameleon.
No.
But
I guess Chameleon could, what does it do again?
+10 to hide by blending your body into the surroundings, and lets you use disguise self whenever
you don't
want.
want to get hit. Looks like it's all decided.
well, yeah. So probably give the Chameleon to Zos. Regrettably, goodbye, Zos. We'll miss you. And Boots of Speed to Therrin. Druid's Vestment for Bada. Sam can have the circlet, and that just leaves the quarterstaff.
No, I wish there was more for me, but that sounds good to me.
You're the person already painted in magic items.
Am I?
Yes, you have the best magic items in the party by
You
by
have
far.
a lot.
She looks, but Therrin pulls out Bree and looks at it like,
And then,
I guess.
and then the cool ring gives you all those saves and the extra armor and the enchanted chest piece, the enchanted sheath, etc., etc.
I'm sorry, is the cleaning vest helping me in battle?
It gives you an armor bonus.
You look fabulous
Oh.
doing it.
Yeah.
Okay, so just
A lot of the things that are good for Therrin tend to show up earlier in a campaign.
I think it would be super funny to give Rat Boy a ring of hiding and that staff, because then he would just pop out of nowhere and just go, ah, ping! You know? But having a weapon that Arden can actually use makes sense.
I could make use of its spell storing capabilities, but Zos is more martially capable than I am. I just wouldn't want to interrupt your legacy, Therrin.
Oh no, I'm suggesting you take the quarterstaff, Arden. It would just, I kind of just would want to see what the kid would do with this thing.
I'm gonna boop somebody with it. Over the back of the head.
Oh, Sam,
Hi.
there's another piece of loot. Your club.
Oh, right. It's just on the ground somewhere.
He just looks at. They snap their fingers, and a little bit of data appears over the top of the club.
It's just
Ordinary club, formerly owned by
there's a list.
Sam.
Sauce. Whatever was before Sam.
Inaccurate, rough, should be a cane.
Sam will take it and put it back in his backpack. His backpack.
I suppose I can take the quarterstaff. This is probably more capable of harming people with it, but I didn't. You entrusted Stilton to him, and I didn't want to take that away from you.
Yeah. She looks at Zos going like, you were going to give up?
No, I was just gonna have more weapons.
Therrin narrows her eyes.
But you're right. It'd be good if Arden had a few more options. But if he falls down, I might pick it up to beat somebody over the head with it.
Is that a threat?
Sam wags his finger at us like, violence isn't always the answer.
But sometimes it is. When you're threatened with death.
Actually, you know what? On that topic of conversation, Arden is going to cast a dispel magic into his ring of counter spells and one into one end of the staff.
Interesting, okay.
Okay, resuming the rundown. Strength gloves to Bada, staff to Arden, scarab of Galvanbane to Sam, the rings of power, friendship, rings of friendship to Bada and Sam, circle of persuasion to Sam. Oh, I like this.
Things are coming up, Sam.
Yeah. Natural armor to Bada, chameleon to Zaus, boots to Therrin, and then the wild shape vest to Bada.
Are we cool with that?
Therrin's already putting on her boots and is like, huh?
Cool.
So what does it do? It casts haste? You can choose to cast haste?
So what'll happen is, as a free action, we'll say you can click them together. Like some kind of trigger.
Yeah.
And then you're counted as hasted. Until you do that again to turn it off. Or 10 rounds expire.
One a day?
Up to 10 rounds a day.
Yeah. And if you turn it off, you can save more uses.
Oh, jeez.
It's about what I expected for all of you splitting up your new equipment, Meunice says with a bit of chagrin.
Does the boots do anything to my DC?
No.
Okay.
Yes, it'll be much easier to defeat you next time if we need to.
They sigh.
Nonchalantly saying Sam as he's like examining loot.
Wait a second. There was a dagger before.
On his hip. I remember this.
Yeah, it was specifically outlined when I was detect magic, and
You also specifically said it was not the perch spine dagger.
They wave their digit in the air, and another text box appears. It's above the. It's actually rather the dagger is underneath the broken up mess of a construct.
And what does it say?
It says plus. Well, it's a enchanted dagger that can store spells and is better at, well, cutting people.
Yeah, we're all for cutting people.
Statistically, it's a +2 spell storing keen dagger.
Yeah, that's a sauce.
Bill's like, yay! And digs it out.
Put a spell in there for him. Put wish in there. No.
Don't put wish in a dagger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wish is like the fucking holy grail.
Wish is exactly what it sounds like. You make a wish and the world changes.
And the bigger the wish, the more unstable the wish. It also drains you of your life experiences when you do it.
Oh.
So, like, it's not free.
There's certain terrible things that can only be removed by wish.
There's also certain terrible things that can only be instigated by a wish.
Yeah.
Meunice kind of floats over towards you. So, you enjoying the book? You're going to have to translate it to use it, but...
Translate it from what?
Oh, from my garbly goop.
It's in code.
They have absolutely not written this book in a normal fashion. So you'll basically have to transcribe to be able... You can know what the spells are on the pages, but you're going to have to transcribe to get it to work for you. You'll have to reverse engineer how they made those spells work.
I have enough ranks of decipher script. Well, I appreciate the challenge.
Wonderful. There are spells in there I couldn't cast.
Clearly.
But I planned for the future, and I may have gone to some crypts. Repeatedly.
Yes, I recall. Right.
Also, some of those I was able to learn because me and Okuma are together.
Oh.
Okuma.
No, he swung that way.
I mean, everybody in this world seems to be gay, so what?
At any rate...
It wasn't a no.
Sam will walk to Bada and ask for his paw.
Step down there, sir.
Is that in character?
Bob's gonna erase his paw from...
Sorry, that's really cringe the way you're doing this. No one would just take the rings and go, come on.
Will you be my friend?
No, it's like, and with this, we will always be friends. And slides on the ring of friendship.
And then Damek pulls out a dagger and stabs his hand and watches Bada's hand bleed.
One of those blood friendships, I guess. Oh, please don't stab me. I have, like...
We'll be connected forever.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's uncomfortable.
Therrin laying down in bone dust just admits, Jesus Christ, Sam.
That last part was in character. But the friends forever one was.
Best friends forever. Best friends forever. Ring.
Huh.
And then do we do the ring and like put them together?
Yeah.
Just like punch each other in the shoulders, like,
Ow, 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 ow.
Yeah, you can feel each other's pain now.
He's the himbo, not me.
So, I suppose the next apt thing would be to gather the tier and get out of here?
If you have a plan, I sincerely hope you do.
Well, can you get us to the Locus?
Not from this spire. It doesn't have the access. It's not fixed enough.
Oh, that's that spire travel that Sally mentioned.
Correct. I would turn everybody into compartmentalized energy, fracture you into a billion pieces, and shoot you out of the top of this spire. Into another one.
Sam blinks and says, "That's terrifying. Please don't ever say that again."
And if I did it in a spire like this one, there's a chance that you'd be missing vast quantities of yourself when you arrive somewhere.
That is a little more unsettling. But I assume that is a similar fashion to your teleportation orbs?
Those, yeah. It's similar. It's a different process, but it's close enough.
And this would allow us to go straight to the Locus.
It could, yes. If it were done from a spire that could do that.
Do we want to?
You'd want to do that from a friendly spire.
I meant go straight to the Locus.
Why wouldn't we?
With added contact, do we not want to finish our override key?
Yeah, that's true.
Especially since Moonsea was planning to use it to defy the global administrator. Can't we do the same thing?
Wasn't Moonsea there and probably already has it and is gone?
Moonsea is currently on their way to this spire.
But that's enough to this
I-
one, right?
I
Breaking connection.
Oh,
Meunice is breaking the connection to the network.
Okay, well, sounds like a good time to leave.
Please, take all of us somewhere safe.
but
They clasp their paws together and...
Wait, Meunice is talking
To
for
the group. Yes.
10,000 souls and
so we don't turn this spire on.
No.
Okay.
It's going to be chaos out there, everybody. All of the magic I was using to control the creatures outside this spire is not functioning anymore, and they're doing as they please. That took years to put together.
Oh, okay. Well, then perhaps the spire could construct us a safe means of getting there.
You saw how well it did with Umbras.
It's just shaping stone.
Can we make a tank?
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Or,
I want to be writing a big stone slab like a magic card.
actually, better yet, let me put it this way to you, Meunice. It sounds like it would be in your best interest to do what you can to ensure a safe travel. Am I correct?
The easiest travel is going to be utilizing the Menipede I've got stored in the canyon.
Yes, we've met him.
They are delightful.
They are fairly lonely, though.
Sam gasps. What about Marcus and Susie?
Well, we'd have to get out of this hole first.
Oh, did you do anything regrettable to...
The Dryad?
Yes.
No.
Gordon?
Oh, she can help us.
Ah. Okay, well then we should probably gather our things and go speak to the Dryad. Actually, does anybody happen to have a pouch free?
We're getting sights on Moonsea now.
Like right now?
They're a few miles out.
How fast do they move?
Oh, they're moving. They'll probably be here in a couple hours. Looks like they're coming in by air.
Can we get to the Menipede before that time?
Yes, if you've got very effective legs, everybody.
We do.
Well, Sam has backpack room and pouch room.
Oh, no, I was just looking for a pouch specifically. I was just looking for something bigger than a flask, but Arden will fill a flask with the ashes of a lich.
Everyone shrugs and lets Arden do the magic thing.
Well, it's probably only used for like necromancy and stuff like that, but it's extremely valuable.
Should we all get some?
No, it's fine. It's just a useful thing to have.
Everyone backs away from Arden.
Arden snorts a line of lich ash.
Meunice is going to quietly begin redistribution processes.
So, let us abscond.
Sam says, wait. Do these ghosts' projections work outside the spire?
No.
And how will we communicate?
Talk to the rock.
Sam looks at Arden.
Sorry?
You're the only one that can talk to the rock, right?
Arden looks down at the dragon's tear. You can speak to the dragon's tear.
Right, but to be talked back to.
We've been all talking to it.
Yeah.
I'm saying outside of the spire.
Oh.
If you're interested, Sam Meunice says, we could arrange that for you.
Excuse me?
Is that a sense motive check?
Yes.
29.
Meunice definitely has something up their sleeve, but it doesn't feel...
It's devious, but it's not malicious.
Yeah.
There's something he's not telling us, but it's not necessarily bad.
You just might be a little changed.
Yeah, I'm going to pass.
Hard pass. Hard pass, bro.
Yeah, a little passing on that one.
It's a backup.
Sam blinks.
What?
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, you don't need access to that. Nope. Definitely not.
Sam narrows his eyes.
Nope.
I smell trickery.
Just if your purpose right now is to help us, then you should be forthright with what you're withholding.
Hypothetically, were you to become a repository of some of the memories of the tier, You would be able to talk to it. You just might gain memories. Think of it like gaining stories that you
Sam interrupts
don't
him.
have.
Well,
Sam interrupts him and just goes, "No, I've been there, done that. I'm good. Someone else can do that if they want."
dude, that's fucking free XP. Are you not listening?
Is that? I don't think that's mechanically what's being offered.
You would gain a lot of stories you don't have. Your
Good
mind would
musical fodder.
open.
How persuasive is this?
Or
Do I roll?
I go for it.
38.
Excuse me.
Meunice has a good diplomacy.
Oh my god. So he's like eloquently painting this, like, well, you know, you get like the vast experiences of thousands of souls and minds, and you know all their stories and
Yep.
is that like bardic knowledge on drugs? Why, I remember 500 years ago.
fuck.
You would have just enough knowledge to become a conduit to the tier, but not enough to become the tier. Your brain can only handle so much data.
I was able to talk to it.
Yes, and were you ever maybe diving a little too deep and feeling nauseous?
I didn't feel nauseous. I was told that I was, what about to say, foaming at the mouth?
So you wouldn't be doing that.
Sam sighs deep.
Okay, but what if the dragon sphere wants to speak to us?
Then it would have more options. Right now it has you and me.
Does this apply to all?
It would apply to this dragon's tier. You might be more capable with the other ones. They're all different. It might be like people. Maybe some of them just hate your guts.
I'm talking to one right now.
What thing you hate the guts of, or?
Meunice hates all our guts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're growing on me like moss.
Sam asks, will I be able to turn this on and off?
Oh, no. Once it's done, it's done. You could ignore the tier, but once you're done, you're done.
Therrin slowly gets up, obviously still hurt from this, and she says, Sam, half of us are attuned or connected to these things, and really all it does, Sam, is give you a better understanding of the world. I don't think you have much to worry about. And also, we should get going.
Says Gum punch yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, speaking of going and coming, they point and a visual of a large reptilian creature with an enormous head and sleek long body. That's what Moonsea is right now. That's a primordial dragon.
Oh, another primal dragon. They seem to like that.
Yeah, this one looks to be 120 feet long.
Big boy.
This one appears to actually be Moonsea.
Interesting.
They're able to do a lot more when it's actually them. They're kind of known amongst, say, mature Umbra as Umbra that likes to possess them, force them to do what it wants, and then leaves their body in a ditch when it's done.
Okay, first of all, let's do it. Second of all, can you detect if Moonsea has the other part of the staff with them?
Scrolling their digits. Oh, that and a few other things. Yep.
They do have it.
Oh, yes, they definitely do.
More loot. Oh,
We haven't rested yet.
And they got a few other things you probably... yeah, those are bad.
Sam, what are you suggesting?
Nothing. I just wondered if he had it already or not.
Okay.
actually, that does remind me. There was one thing that I've wanted from Aspire for some time.
Oh,
There's a tracking device
yes.
for monitoring Umbra positions.
Technically,
What do you mean technically?
it's really primitive. Umbra evolved so quickly that project was discontinued because it could not keep up.
Well, I've seen otherwise. Moonsea's been around for a long time, and I've seen his signal every single time.
Think of it as an object they can just drop somewhere and break.
Well, then why has Moonsea not done that?
Because, in your own words, they're arrogant. They want us to know they're coming.
Then what's the hesitation?
What do you plan to do with it?
Know that the living nightmare that is pursuing us and where they are.
So you're not trying to plant it on somebody.
What? No, to track them. Why would I give it to someone?
That was my train of thought when I found out about them. Very well, I'll have the spire try and construct that one quickly before we leave.
And truth be told, I'm already on the map, so
You are.
why not see everybody else?
That is in process.
Let's do this.
Spread your
thing.
arms out and legs out.
Assume the position.
Bot is very interested all of a sudden.
I was gonna
Meunice,
feel it too.
Well, let's still pass out.
Hey,
Meunice gives very firm direction to Sam.
Sam sighs deeply and spreads his arms and legs out to the air, he supposes.
Meunice approaches you, and
Sam sneers.
they smirk at you. And they're going to press their forehead to yours, and you are going to feel the weight of thousands of experiences hitting you at once. Please make a fortitude saving throw as your brain mutates. Fortitude.
you're expecting a will save?
Yeah, the logical one in this circumstance.
Well, first you got to have the hardware.
Oh, that's an 8. I thought that was infinity.
Oh, I know. They have absolutely vulgar saves compared to us.
Yeah, that's a 13 on fortitude.
You are going to start experiencing immense migraine and pain. Please make another fortitude save.
Oh my god. It's gonna be even worse, watch. Oh, okay. No. 18.
All right. It's going. The pain is going to dull, and the pounding is going to cease. Please make a wisdom save or a will save.
Ooh. Oof. Woof. That's still 15 on the will save.
15. So, out of the experiences being placed into the new space in your skull, the most dominant ones are going to be directly from Meunice. Very well.
Sam, you're now evil.
Please make one more will save as things begin to find their place.
Sorting through Meunice's memories. 21.
Very well. As this happens over the course of a few minutes, Zaz is going to poke your leg and you will not notice. And then they're going to turn to everybody else. Am I interrupting if I, annoy them?
Why would you do that?
Is any of this considered a enchantment?
No.
Oh, okay.
But this is actually what I was implying, how one could learn about the spires. We could just force the memories into somebody's head.
I mean, are some of the people that constructed these things in this spire?
Meunice is making an active effort.
Deep enough they are. Their memories are going to be the most cloudy. And as the process finishes, you will need to change all your expert levels to bard levels.
Oh.
All of this happens, and then Sam just sings really fucking well.
Well, I finally know some spellcraft.
Well, look at you.
And it makes me a better bard.
He grew up so fast.
So what are the effects?
The longer you have these memories, the more you're going to end up processing and sifting through them. Right now, it's just a lot, and your brain is trying to present them to you in an order or a fashion that isn't going to overwhelm you. But you feel, when you think back, like trying to think back on old memories, it feels more like you're trying to dive into an ocean than pull a book off a shelf.
Are we gonna walk up to something and you'd be like, "Oh, Sam, you actually remember this thing"?
Bardic knowledge is powerful.
The question I guess I have is that last will save was future effects now affect later?
It affects how things will be presented to you.
Okay.
You're going to be more organized.
But not evil.
No.
I don't like how you said that.
Not immediately.
But if you do try to find things out about Meunice, you're going to have a very easy time doing it.
Oh, that's fine because I fucking hate him.
Oh,
I don't want to
do
know.
you recall all the embarrassing things that happened to him as a little kid?
Yeah. The time that Meunice soiled himself in school, and that's the day he turned evil.
Hypothetically, you could dig through things for stuff.
Sam doesn't want to do that.
Oh my god, now he has to feel sorry for him.
Oh no, it's the redeem arc.
Oh, no.
We'll get flashbacks to how he was so bullied as a kid.
Oh, that poor little lich.
So Sam groans groggily and stumbles toward the nearest orb.
They're turned off.
Yes. As in stumbling towards.
Like the only thing to prop himself up on, right?
And because we're trying to leave, yes.
Yes. Are you
The
okay, Sam?
process is finished for now.
Sam just like waves an arm at Arden. It's like, it's fine. It'll be fine.
Well, Therrin, you're driving, I guess.
Props herself up.
Bada,
Bada, how you feeling?
I think somebody has to wake Bada up.
Za? No.
We're both quite dead.
Oh, man.
Bada, you're at negative, aren't you?
I rolled quite well on my own on healing myself, but it was.
You still look pretty rough.
I saw it happen. I saw the roll.
Instead, I get 3 health. That's all.
Wait, you're at negative?
I'm
No,
at
he's at 3.
Oh, okay.
It's taking a little siesta right now.
Well, okay. Well, let's at least get to the cart. Supposedly the Dryad can help us, and hopefully she may be able to restore some strength. So,
Nah, fine. Meunice waves their finger around a little, and a hole appears in the wall. Just jump down.
What has Okuma been doing this whole time?
Okuma has been kind of fondly looking on you all.
Just like a...
Oh my
yeah.
God.
He's actually just the slow kid in the corner.
Is Okuma coming with us too? Yeah,
They're
that's
attached to the tier.
right. Okay.
Well, Arden places a hand on the tier and says, "Are you ready to go?"
Yes.
Arden scoops it up and cradles it in his arms and suspiciously observes the hole.
Good lord, we're traveling with a tear again.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Which hole? The hole it came out of or the hole in it?
The exit hole.
Meunice is gonna point down at the shard that's on the ground. Your husband broke it a little more.
Husband. Who?
Aaron gets up and goes, "Jesus Christ, Sam."
Sam didn't say that. That was the player saying that.
Arden picks up the shard as well. I get my own Whisper Stone fresh from the spire.
Oh my goodness.
Wait, do you have a Whisper Stone?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But does Arden?
No.
Whoa, you made a wish.
I wished upon a star.
You made a Whisper Stone.
Shit, indeed.
Are you still laying down? Is Bada still laying down?
I should get up.
Darren walks over and kicks you.
Okay, fine. Okay.
1d4 damage?
1d4 damage.
Let's see here.
Oh my god.
Yep.
It's a 4.
Bada starts bleeding out.
Aaron runs. Just runs into the woods as a criminal.
Again?
I only roll high when I'm hurting myself, apparently.
Good job.
Once you exit the spire, the only people who can easily talk to us are going to be Sam and you, Arden. Meunice says.
I'm like half Spire. I should be able to talk to you too.
You're better at talking to them.
It's like, departmentalization. The IT guys don't necessarily talk to facilities guys.
What's
look
what-
at you, big
what-
Spire boy.
Wait.
Aaron walks out.
It's not in character.
What's an IT boy?
You. Or I guess Elaine at this point is our IT.
So, yeah, okay. You fucking part spire. Like you got a rock in your chest. We still love you.
Sam groggily gets up and starts to leave.
Well, actually, so how does this hole work?
You jump out of it.
Well, yes, and when do we hit the ground?
You use magic to not die?
Oh.
I'm sorry, I'm not sure if you were there for that fight, but we're a little spent at the moment.
Zaw says, I'm out of Featherfall.
Eunice looks directly at your hand. Oh.
Darren just asks, Meunice, can just make some sort of thing for us to ride down on.
Fine, everyone grab an orb.
Thank you.
I do, but it only works for me. So I can watch you all die.
Darren grabs an orb.
They move their fingers and the orbs start zooming out the hole.
Grab on tight.
Darren grabs on tight.
The orbs will zoom out the hole and deposit everybody at the bottom of the spire. And then go back in.
That was odd.
That was an experience.
Can we see the bubbos?
They are having a siesta. And they're being petted by the Dryad.
Spent like fucking 6 hours of petting or something. Well, actually, I guess that encounter wasn't that long.
Yeah.
But actually, if we were leaving the spire, this might be a good stopping point.
We'll pick up again next time on Curse of Coeurasa when the party speaks to their new dryad friend.
She doesn't even know she's our friend yet.
The Curse of Coeurasa is a production of Reno Area Anthropomorphic Arts and Recreation for BLFC 2023. This episode was edited by Dejarum's Pony and was mixed and mastered by AJ the Ratty. Yima Quinn is our game master and the voice of Zos and the NPCs. Arden Renshaw is played by Hawkfeather. Therrin Perch is played by Dejarum's Pony. Bada Amica is played by Dabbles. Samuel Horstrom is played by Demic Cretu. Original music by Foxamore. You can find more music from Foxamore at foxamore.bandcamp.com and on Spotify. For more information about BLFC, the theme, and the lore behind your favorite characters and settings, visit goblfc.org.